thing I'm going to talk about is Stephanie White's coaching. Like, I'm gonna put a caveat here. When Stephanie White is very good at coaching, she's done well given the circumstances, considering everything that has happened to the team. I'm not going to be out there and say Stephanie White has had a really, really bad year coaching. I don't think Stephanie White is a bad big game coach. We've seen it in the Commissioner's Cup. We've seen it against the Mercury. We've seen it. Stephanie White, when she is able to game plan for specific games, she's pretty decent. And I don't think she's going to be I don't think she's going to be a bad playoff coach. But we have to make the playoffs first. When the Indiana Fever do not play with this crazy aggression, where they're just, we're going to outwork the other team, they lose. They lose. They lose. Like, it's as simple as that. The Indiana Fever, when they don't get themselves up for the game, they lose. And that's scary. We're looking at Vanderbilt, Stephanie White. And by the way, like, do we not remember how? Like, I know the short-term memory. Do we not remember the run that the Fever went on to blitz the Mystics? Odyssey Sims looking up, launching forward. They were running. We were shooting, running up and back. We were shooting. We were doing everything. We were doing everything we could have done. It was great basketball. Kelsey Mitchell's playing out of position. Sophie Cunningham's playing point guard. Unless you believe Kelsey Mitchell's real position is sitting on the bench, Kelsey Mitchell is not playing out of position. And if we look at big wins from the Fever, I want to show you guys this. I want to show you guys this with Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell, in big wins, against Seattle, this is a big win. She has 9 points. At the time, Seattle hadn't started losing all the games in a row. 34 in a loss, 26 in a win, but it was the sky. Let's look at wins against good teams on the season. Wins against good teams. She has 17 on 19 shots against the Dream. Not a great game. Stepped up in the fourth quarter, though. Washington, they're not a great team. Chicago, 17 in a win. 22 in a win versus the Liberty. She was good in that game with Caitlin Clark. Let's not forget, with Caitlin Clark is very different. With Caitlin Clark, she's 26 against Seattle on 14 shots. Then as soon as Caitlin Clark goes down, it's like, she had 25 in the win against the Aces. Cute. Great. Caitlin's there. A lot of the games against good teams without Caitlin, she struggles and wins. A lot of our big wins without Caitlin, she struggled. And everything goes to Kelsey Mitchell down the stretch, no matter how bad she's been. It is... I think Kelsey Mitchell is a really good fourth quarter spot-up shooter. She is not a good fourth quarter ISO player. And she's turned into Monte Mitchell. She's turned into Cam Thomas. And that's the problem with Kelsey Mitchell, is there's two versions of Kelsey. There's a really good version of Kelsey. She wants Kelsey to be free and play to her instincts. If she's ever said that, that's the dumbest thing ever, because we've always said this about Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell's instincts is to do dumb shit. Her instinct is to do dumb shit. Like, that's not a problem when it comes to Kelsey Mitchell. If I was Stephanie White, Sophie Cunningham is left wide open. Like, she is left wide open all game, every game, and every single player on this team, other than maybe Odyssey Sims a couple of times, looks her off. So Sophie Cunningham is out here shooting threes on the break to try to get shots off. She's the best three-point shooter in the league right now. She is being left wide open. And that is, if it happens one game, it's on the players. If it happens 2 games, it's on the players. If it's on 3 games, oh, coach, you might have to do something about that. The fact is, we have not yet heard Stephanie White start a timeout with, she's open, give her the fucking ball. We've heard the Stephanie White, we need to push. Get Kelsey the ball. Get Kelsey the ball, I don't know. Why not when you've got the literal best shooter in the league? The literal best shooter in the league this year, who your team looks off constantly, It is on, if it happens, the longer it happens, the more it is on the coach. The longer it happens, the more it is on the coach. The longer it happens, the more it's on the coach. I mean this when I say this. We cannot argue that it is not on the coach anymore. We can't. If you want to argue that this is not on the coach, then it's crazy philosophy. It's a crazy philosophy on basketball. Because in my opinion, it's a situation where clearly, if it happens a couple of times, you can blame the players. But this has been a half a season. It has been a half a season. It has been a half a season. We have spent a half a season watching Sophie Cunningham be the hottest shooter in the league and watching them decide, we're not going to give her the ball. We're not going to give her the ball. Because this entire team passes north-south. This entire team passes north-south. As in, when they come off a pick and roll, they just dump in. And maybe they might kick. There's no swingy. There's no extra pass. There's none of that. If we watch with the Mystics, if we watch the Mercury, all these teams pass side to side. All these teams pass side to side. All these teams are willing to, okay, the ball gets passed to the wing. Let me swing it. Let me swing it to a corner. Or the ball gets swung to me. Let me swing it to the corner. With the Fever, it is, am I open? Am I open? Is the answer yes? Am I open? If the answer is yes, I'm shooting. Doesn't matter who it is. Whether it's Dantas, who's been stinking it up till today, whether it's Odyssey Sims, who airballed 2 of 3, whether it's Kelsey Mitchell, who's never seen a shot she doesn't like, whether it's Natasha Howard, even for 3, is going to shoot her own shot, whether it's Lexi, who's in a slump, whether it's Chloe Bibby, who's shooting the lights out, whether it's Timpson every time she touches the ball. They literally, I kid you not, this Indiana Fever team is, am I open? If the answer is yes, I'm shooting. Not, am I open, but is the best shooter in the league open beside me? Is a better shooter open beside me? Like, that's not a question anyone asks. And that's the difference between a good team and a bad team. Is that a smart team and a not smart team. And it's on the coach. This has actually gotten worse since game 1. This has gotten worse since last year. It is on the coach to do this. If the players don't want to do it, it's fine. But throughout the course of the year, the only player that, I mean this when I say this. The only player that Stephanie White has ever called out to pass the ball is Caitlin fucking Clark. Caitlin went on a all-time heater against the New York Liberty, and Stephanie White used the entire press conference basically to say, she should have passed the ball more. And then apparently during the game, she subs Caitlin Clark out as a learning experience. Why can't Kelsey Mitchell learn? You're not going to win a fucking game playing like this. You're not winning in the playoffs playing like this. And they won't stop. They won't stop. Why is it that it's only the best player on your team that's ever held accountable for anything? Because not one player on his team is being held accountable for looking off Sophie Cunningham for an entire season.